Hello, chosen ones. How is everyone doing tonight? I was supposed to come on earlier. Welcome to my late night chat. And I hope this empowers you all tonight. How is everyone doing? How is everyone doing? Hello, Kimmy Lee. How are you? And listen, hi Kiasha. I'm going to, I have to get into the habit of, I have to get me an intro. I need for y'all to help me get an intro, how I should introduce myself, because I'm always coming and I'm talking and I get emails from people and it was like, I didn't catch your name, or, I don't know your name, because I really don't say my name, all the time. I don't have an intro. Hello, my name is Monique. I don't have that type of intro, right? So I have to come up with me a catchy introduction. I really have to come up with me an introduction so I can say, hello, my name is Monique, blah, blah, blah. Because I just come in here, I start talking and say chosen ones, and I just start talking to you all. I don't say my name. I have to get out that habit. I really do. I have to start saying my name. How is everyone doing this evening? But what I wanted to come talk to you all about is, I want to come talk to you all about, oh, thank you, Kim Lee. I wanted to come talk to you all about staying power. My pastor preached about this on Sunday, and he spoke such a powerful word. And I was about to, I was in church about to jump out my seat. I was about to jump out my seat because what he was talking about and what he was preaching about, I was able to relate, because it's like, that's what I had to do. I had to, have some staying power to keep going and, going through the things that I've endured, going through different things in my life, right? Because most people, they don't understand that in life, you're going to have trials and tribulations. Even the pastor, he was talking about that. He was talking about how he himself as a pastor wanted to just give up, right? He wanted to just give up, but he had to realize, he had to keep going. He had to keep going. And that's what I want to talk to you all about today. You have to keep going. You have to have some staying power. You have to have staying power. Don't give up on yourself. Yes, don't give up on yourself. And this is what my pastor wrote. I want to give him credit. His name is Pastor Brian. I have to give him credit. This is what he wrote. And I wanted to just read this. What he wrote about staying power, He said the ability to influence or strength. The ability to influence or the strength to keep going through difficult times. Through difficult times. You have to have the ability. Right? And the strength to keep going. And that's what I want to talk about. That's what I want to talk about. I know sometimes, we feel like giving up. I felt like giving up. But you just can't give up on yourself. You cannot give up on yourself. Hello, Cheryl. Sometimes, I know you probably could feel, some of you can feel that people want you to give up on yourselves. Some people don't care if you are here or not. They don't care if you're breathing or not. They don't care. But you can't give up on yourself. You have to find the strength. You have to find something, right? Something that will keep you going. Something that will keep you here moving and, just trying to figure out your purpose. Figure out why you're here. Figure out what it is that God wants you to do. You can't give up on yourself. You have to keep going. You have to keep fighting, regardless. Even if you have to, pause a little bit. Even if you have to take a break. Taking a break doesn't mean that you have given up. Even if you have to rest, take some time to rest. You're supposed to rest. God took time to rest. So you're supposed to take time to rest. You don't have to try to prove a point to anyone. You get your rest. You know when you're tired. You know when your body is tired. Listen to that. Listen to your body. Take a break. It's okay to take a break. But one person you cannot give up on is yourself. I don't care who leaves you. I don't care who walk away from you. I don't care who you have to leave. You just don't leave yourself. You don't give up on yourself. You keep fighting. You keep going. Regardless of who's still with you or not, you have to keep going. And you know, on this journey to greatness, on this journey to purpose, on your journey to discovering you, on your journey to, finding out what it is that God wants you to do, guess what? People are going to fall off. Yes, they are. People are going to fall off. Some people are not going to be able to come with you. The people who you want to come with you, and when you start saying these prayers, these prayers here, right here, when you start saying this, Lord, remove anyone, remove anyone who don't mean me any good. When you start saying those prayers, you better be ready. You better be ready for who he moves out of your life. You better be ready for who he moves out of your life. The people who you think are going to be there with you on your way up, they're not going to be there with you. The people who you want to be there, God sees their heart. You don't see their heart. God sees their heart. That's why when you say these prayers, it seems like all hell starts breaking loose. Everything it just seems like everything and everybody go to turning their backs on you. People go to acting like they don't fell down and bump their heads. They go to acting all kind of crazy. No, they're not acting all kind of crazy. God is doing a new thing. He's moving those people out of your life. They're moving themselves out of your life. See, when we say prayers, we want to regulate. When we say these prayers, we want to regulate the prayers. We want to pick and choose who we want to stay. Who we think is good to stay, we want to pick those people. But only God knows people's heart. God knows who's really for you. He knows who's really for you. You got people could hug on you and kiss on you and seem to love on you, but are their hearts pure towards you? Do they really want you to win? Do they really want you to be successful? Are they really going to be there for you? Oh, yeah, they'll ride with you as long as you can do for them. Oh, they'll ride with you. Are they going to be there when you hit on hard times? When you hit rock bottom, will they be there? When you go through your hard times, will the people be there who you think will be there for you? You got to have staying power. And staying power is not giving up on yourself. Yes, Takesha. How are you doing, hon? I haven't seen you in a while. In the chat, I pray all is well with you. Will they be there for you? Because people love you as long as you can do. They love you as long as you can give. As long as you're there to support. As long as you're there to speak life into them. As long as you're there to do for them. They love you. But what's going to happen when you can't do nothing for them anymore? What will happen if you can no longer support them? What will happen if you no longer can buy for them? What will happen if you no longer could, cheer them on, support them? These are the people who God is moving out of your life. He sees their hearts. You can't see their hearts. He sees their heart. This is how we get disappointed. We get so disappointed, when we think the people are going to be there for us don't be there for us. We get disappointed because, see, we can't see what God sees. We only can see the outer. We only can see the people's actions. We can't see their hearts. We can't see their true intentions towards us. We can't see that. So sometimes when God starts moving people out of your life, that's to protect you. It's to protect you. You can't see their hearts. We all been in a situation. And we've said, I never, you know how the old folks used to say, what that little saying is, I never thought in a million years. This saying here, y'all put one in the chat. You be like, I never thought in a million years this person would do me like that. Yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. Some of y'all, I never thought in a million years this person would betray me. I never thought in a million years this person would lie on me like that. I never thought in a million years this person would slander me like they did. Oh, yeah. And be them ones. Come on now. Y'all, come on. Chosen ones. Put them ones. I see them ones going up. I never thought in a million years. God be moving them ones. See, we want to keep them in there because we think they're supposed to be there. Mama. Not my mama. My mama love me. Your child. Babe. Boo. Oh, yeah, they supposed to be there with me. No, and be them ones. My girl. My ace. My day one. And be them ones. And see, we get bitten out of shape. See, one thing I've learned on my journey to becoming, to discovering, one thing I have learned, I promise myself, if I got to walk this journey alone, I'm going to take this journey alone. Whoever want to come, you can come with me. Whoever want to act right on my journey, you can act right with me. For those ones that don't want to come on the journey, I'm not begging anyone to come on this journey with me. I used to beg and plead and try to hold on to people because I wanted certain people on this journey with me. I wanted certain people. But I was saying those prayers, Lord, move anyone that don't mean me any good. I was saying those prayers. And then when people started falling off, I'm trying to hold on to the people, right? I'm trying to hold on to the people who God is trying to move. I'm stressing myself out. Because see, we have these plans, chosen ones. We have these plans and ideas of who we want to come. I keep saying this. But see, you saying your prayers. So when you say your prayers, you got to move out of the way. When you say your prayers, you have to move. You can't say your prayers to try to hold on. That's a blessing. Eyes up forever. Yes, you know, we say them prayers and we try to hold on. No, when you say your prayers, you got to let go. Open your hands and let go. Yes, Miss L. Cole. That's the devastation right there. And be them ones who you got a vision. Look, you got your vision of who you know for sure gonna be there with you. You know for sure. Obey gonna be there. You got your plan. My day one, my ace. Me and my ace, we gonna do this. Me and my ace gonna do that. I know she got my back. You know, people got your back as long as you average. People got your back. People will be there for you as long as you average. Oh, they love you as long as you talking. They love you as long as you just talking. You're not doing anything. But will they love you when God start elevating you above them, per se? Because we're all equal. But when he start blessing you, when he start showing you and growing you, and you start walking in your purpose, you start developing and growing. You don't stay stagnant. You're not staying stuck, broke, busted, and disgusted. Will they be there for you then? Because people go to showing their colors when you don't stay in the same spot they left you in. They start showing their true colors. They left you broke, busted, and disgusted. They left you looking like the ugly duckling. You the ugly duckling. They left you in the dirty water. They left you in the dirty water. Came back not even a year later, a few months later, you don't turn into a beautiful swan. Can they handle that? Can they handle that? Can they handle you being pure and white? They left you looking dingy. You looking dingy, crying. You had bags under your eyes. You looking ugly. But can they handle that God is purifying you? You becoming who God wants you to be. You're healing. He's strengthening you. Could they handle that? He's sending you over here to the responsibility channel to get fed. He's sending you over here to Coach Monique to feed your spirit. Can they handle that? Can they handle you becoming? Because one thing about people, they love you when they feel like you're not going to amount to anything. When they feel like you average. When they feel like you're just talking. They love you. When they don't see what you see. When they don't see what you see. When they can't see the vision. But when you start becoming the vision, can they handle it? Because the devil get in these people. The devil get in these folks. Jealousy get in these folks. They'll envy you for your staying power. They'll envy you because you didn't give up. They'll envy you because you didn't give in. Oh, they'll envy you. They'll envy you. Yes, they will. And you got to be able to handle. You have to be able to have some staying power to handle if they walk away. Because, people think when they leave or they walk away or they don't support you or they don't buy nothing from you or they don't like your page or they don't subscribe to your channel or they don't share what you're saying, they think that's going to stop you. They think they're one little like. They think they're one little like. Or they're one, they buy one book. Or they think because they withhold giving you credit, supporting you, they think because they withhold that's going to stop you. Now you let them know you're a chosen one. God will always send a ram in the bush. He gonna always send somebody. He gonna always send somebody. If he don't send somebody, he's gonna put what he want to put in you as a chosen one, so you can raise yourself up. And half of the times as the chosen one, that's what God will do. He'll move people out of your life. All the ones who think because they're not supporting you, they think that's going to stop something. He will move all of them out of your life. And he still will raise you up because he want to show folks it is him that gave you the power. You better ask somebody. It's him. It's God that's doing that to you, doing that for you. He don't want nobody else to get credit for when he start doing the work in you, raising you up, blowing up your channel, blowing up your business. Him and him alone. He don't want nobody else to get credit. See, people want to get credit. That's why he moving folks out of your life. Stop feeling bad because you don't have support. You got support. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. You got the support. You got it. You got it. You got a gang. You just need to be obedient. You got all you need. You just need to do what God is telling you to do. Stop looking for people. He gave you what you need because you got that desire in you. You got a desire. You got that desire. God wouldn't put that desire in you if he didn't equip you to fulfill it. He didn't put it in you if he didn't equip you to do it. You having that desire lets you know that you are capable. You just need to get focused, be determined, and believe. You have to believe you can do it. Increase your faith. Yes, he will. Proverbs 31. Yes, he will. He'll supply your needs. You just have to believe it. You have to believe what he says, what his word says. You have to believe that. And I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and say it's easy, because it's not easy. Because so many things are competing for our attention. So many things is competing for our attention. So it's hard to stay focused and do what it is that God put in us. It is. I get distracted a lot. All these videos I put on this channel, I'm still fighting distraction. I still get distracted. It's things I need to be doing behind the scenes, but I still get distracted. And I'm asking God to help me. That's my prayer. Help me to stay focused. Help me to stay focused. Give me focus. Help me to be determined. That's part of my prayer. I've gotten better, but it is hard. This is when you know that you should be doing something. That's just like when you're trying to read the Bible. You ever try to sit down and read the word and you go to think about everything you need to do? You didn't think about that stuff when you were on the computer wasting time. But as soon as you get the Bible and try to read some scriptures, some word, you get tired. You think about stuff you got to do next month. You think about stuff that happened at work 5 years ago. You just get all kind of distractions. I know that's nothing but the enemy. If you want to remember something, pick up your Bible and say you're going to read it. It'll come to you. It will come to you because the enemy do not want you to read that word. It happens to me all the time. I be fighting it too. I fight it. But I can get any other book and read it with no issue. I can get any other book, read it, don't have no problem. But let me pick up that Bible. Let me pick up that word. Exactly. There ain't nothing but the devil. There ain't nothing but the enemy. Let me pick up the Bible. I get all kind of tired and think about everything from when I was born, 1980. I'm going to think about everything. But I can pick up any other book and I can just read chapter after chapter, no issue. There's nothing but the enemy. And we got to fight that. We got to have some staying power. We got to fight it. Even if you have to start reading the word as soon as you wake up, or read it the best time during the day when you know you're up and alert. You know, don't get cozy in your bed and try to read, because you're going to feel sleepy, tired. Exactly, Jacqueline. It's just, we have to fight. That's what I came to talk to you all about. You got to fight. Fight no matter what. Don't give up on yourself. Have some staying power. Do not give up on you. The enemy wants you to give up on you. He wants you to feel alone. He wants you to feel like everybody's walking away from you. He wants you to feel like you're the problem. He wants you to feel that way. You have to fight, and you have to learn the enemy's tactics. Exactly. Takesha, everything going to happen, girl. Exactly. Everything going to happen. You have to learn his tactics. Every time. I know for me, I noticed it. And I know how to fight it now. Every time I'm getting ready to go to another level spiritually, the enemy, he going to raise in his head. He's going to get into folks close to me. Get used to getting into folks on my job. You know, all hell seemed like it go to breaking loose. And I say, you know what? I see you, enemy. I'm going to pass this test. I'm going to pass this test. Listen. Oh, I'm passing this test. You hear me? The enemy is slick. And see, let me tell you about the enemy. You got to have staying power, because see, when the enemy, I have to move this hair. When the enemy, when he can't get you, and I keep telling y'all this, when he can't get you, when you become too strong and you become too smart for him, he used the people closest to you. He used the weakest link. He used those closest to you. Yes, he does. He used them people closest to you. And you have to be willing. When the enemy get into them folks, you have to be willing to cut them off. You have to be willing to let them go. Let them go until the enemy leaves. Let them get some sense. You separate yourself. You have to separate yourself from these people. If these people are not, if they're not people who you gotta take care of, if they're not your children who depend on you, let folks go. Let these people go, because the enemy wants to use them to keep you stagnant. He wants to use them to distract you. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. You have to know when a distraction is being launched against you when it comes to people. When it comes to people, you have to know when the enemy is trying to use a distraction. Because you once was focused on one thing. You was adamant. You were so focused, you were persistent. And here comes somebody acting a fool with you now. Now your attention off your purpose, and now you're focused on the problem. You're focused on the problem. And sometimes you got to let the problem go. Let the people go. Regardless of what people are going to say. Regardless of how people are going to feel about a decision you made. Because everybody can't see what you see, chosen one. Yes, Miss Messenger. We wrestle not with flesh and blood. And that's true. Because spirits get in these folks. Hell get in them. As my grandmother would say. No, they can't see. That's why it's good to have people who are spiritually in tune around you, who can see different things and say, you know what, I see this, or you know what, I'm dealing with this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Takesha. Thank God you're okay. Oh yeah, the devil use them kids too. Them the ones he be using. It happened to me too, Takesha. The devil used them kids, but you got to be smarter than the enemy. You got to be smarter than the enemy. They want to act the fool, you let them act the fool over yonder. Whatever them kids want to do, you got to let them do it. Especially if they're adults. You can't lose sleep worrying about stuff they're doing. And it's not that I tell people, because sometimes people think that you're supposed to be running behind your children and losing sleep. No, you pray for them children and you leave it in God's hand. You got to believe your prayers are going to work. You have to trust that. Regardless of how it looks, they can be out there acting a plumb fool. They doing all kind of foolery. You better believe that God's going to turn it around. And you let them be. You don't have to keep running behind them. You don't have to keep running behind your child and checking up on them and, what you're doing. And, you got to let that go. That's a distraction. That's a distraction because you worried about them all the time, even praying for them so much, trying to control the situations through your prayers. Either you're going to believe God the first time, or you going to believe him, or you just, okay? You got to believe him, regardless of what it's looking like. Let it go. Regardless. I tell people, regardless of how the situation look, and people are not going to understand the decisions you make. Regardless of what people see. One thing about the enemy, he likes to create division. He likes confusion. He's an accuser. That's what he does. But you have to know and be wise when the enemy is at play. You have to know and be wise. See, sometimes we can get so caught up in our emotion. That's why I talk about healing a lot. We can get so caught up in our emotions and we get so focused on the person who's doing it instead of being focused on the one who's behind the person who's doing it. That's what you have to focus on. You have to be focused on the one who's behind the person. Because he loves to raise his little ugly head up in them kids. Because he know where our heart is. He know where the parent's heart is. But see, that's why God tell us, you don't supposed to put your children above him. You don't put your husband above him. You don't put your wife above him. That's why the word tell us that. You don't supposed to idolize your children. You don't supposed to put them on a pedestal up on your heart, the throne of your heart. Because when they fail you and when they fall short, you won't be devastated and heartbroken. You will have prepared yourself. Oh, because it's going to come. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's going to come. You pray that it don't. I'm not speaking that on anyone. But the enemy is always out, accusing, causing division. Divide and conquer. That's his tactic. As long as he can divide and spew his lies and accusations, he could conquer. Unless you got a person who's spiritually in tune, who can see the tactics of the enemy. That's what he does. Divide and conquer. So keep fighting. You got to have staying power. Keep fighting regardless of how you feel, what you're going through. You don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. I don't care if you have to lay down. for a minute. Lay down, but just don't stay down. Rest, but just don't stop. Sit down, but don't quit. You have to keep going. Oh, yeah. Go God to show you. He'll tell you. I did that too before, Takesha. I did. I had quite a few people on the throne. Once we have no idols. We won't have no idols. He tell us not to put nobody above him. And you're supposed to speak truth. I don't know where I was reading this book earlier. Let me see where that book at. I was reading this book. It's called hold on, let me see if I can find it. Oh, I was reading this book here. I was reading this book. Some of you all probably read this book here. But I was reading this book, and he was talking about James Solomon. He was talking about some curses. And there was a curse in there talking about how you're not supposed to, it was something about you're not supposed to, what was the thing? Hold on, let me see if I can find it. It was one, but basically, I don't remember, but basically it was saying that you're not supposed to put your children, not make them idols, but you're supposed to speak the truth to them. Right? It was saying something about you're supposed to speak the truth to them regardless. And that's what I've always done, regardless. It says you're supposed to speak the truth to them. Basically just tell them the truth and don't try to make them feel good. Right? Don't try to make them feel good about what they're doing. It was something to that nature. But I didn't even know that was, scripture. And I wish I could find it. It was one of them. It was one of them. And I was like, oh my goodness. I said, that's why my grandmother was like that. She didn't care. She always told us the truth. I wish I was able to find it. I wish I was able to find it. But this is the book. James Solomon. This one. It's called Deliverance from Demonic Covenants and Curses. This is a good book. I just ask you to pray before you read it, because it's so much that it's hard to, consume everything. And then you don't want to be scared, and you don't want to be, get so withdrawn from, reality. So I would just advise. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. Yeah, you're not supposed to put your children and your parents. You're not supposed to put people up on a pedestal like that. Nope. I wish I was able to find. And there's a lot of stuff, we don't know because we haven't been taught. But that's why we have to educate ourselves. But I wish I was able to find that scripture. And that was a good one, too. But yeah, just stay the course. You're not going to be perfect. Have some staying power. I wish I was able to find it. That's going to bother me now. No, you're supposed to put people up on the pedestal. Let me see. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, Cheryl. Yeah, the enemy, he will. That's the thing. Yep, he will. He surely will. You just can't give up on yourself. See, I already made my stance. After I went through my experience, I went through a horrible betrayal in 2021. Was that 2020? I made my stance then. I made my stance. I'm like, if a person could betray me and I can go through this, there's no way in the world I'm going to sit here and give up on myself. There's nowhere in the world. I made my stance. If I have to walk alone, I'm going to do that. Hi, Victoria. Yeah, after that betrayal, I'm like, ooh, I don't know. I ain't putting nobody. Hey, listen, after that betrayal, I say, you know what? That's it for me. Because I know me. I know who I am. And I said, for a person to do me like that, which I've gotten over it, I've dealt with it. I talk about it a lot because I want people to understand, know that I'm not perfect. I don't have a perfect life. I don't come on here pretending. But at the same time, people have to know how to deal with stuff. And it's not easy. And you're not the only one that goes through things. To go through the betrayal, the lies, you know what I'm saying? The projection, the slander that was launched upon me. I made my stance. And see, God will do stuff like that. God will do stuff to you, the chosen ones, to let y'all know God is the only one you need. God is the only one you need. People are not going to be there for you like the Lord is going to be there for you. He had to remind me how hard that thing stung my soul. He had to remind me, who was there for you when you were a little girl? Who was there for you, helping you get through your abuse? Who was there for you, keeping you in your right mind? That's what the Lord had to show me. Who helped you and kept you from being sprung out on drugs? Who stopped you where you didn't even have to touch a drug? Who helped you? Who was there for you? That's what the Lord had to remind me. Who was there? Thank you, Jacqueline. He had to remind me when you was being used and abused. You being with somebody, he out there robbing folks. You with a man who's robbing folks. Your little old young self don't know what's going on. Who protected you then? Who kept you from being molested as a child? That's what the Lord had to tell me. Who was there? None of these people who you worried about were there. Who was there helping you fight? Who was there helping you get through fighting these generational curses? Who was there helping you fight these dark shadows that felt like they were following you? Who was there helping you pray at night? Who was there with you? He said, name somebody. That's what he told me. Name somebody. Who were there? Who was there? That's what he said. And he said, you worried about folks? He said, you better put some respect on my name. I was there when he showed me. God took me through it. I had a vision. He showed me an open vision. I was in the room, my son's room, in the bed. He showed me an open vision. And he showed me little Monique, and I walked through my life. And he showed me who was there protecting you, going to the bus stop. You getting up, going to the bus stop by yourself early in the morning, little old girl walking who protected you then? Who protected you walking through these little dark alleyways, these little pissy alleyways? Who was protecting you? Who was protecting you from your mom's little perverted boyfriends when you were young? You watching them doing stuff. They ain't got no darn business. Who were protecting you? That's what he reminded me. And you worried about a betrayal? And you worried about people if they going to be there? See, that's the problem. We put these people on our heart. We put our children on our heart. We put family members on our heart. It's good if they're there to support you. It's good. You want people there. God didn't put us in this world alone. But when they forsake you, when they betray you, when they leave you, what you supposed to do? You gonna give up? No. No. And I thank God. I tell people, I thank God that I've been through what I've been through as a child. You know why? Because that's what built me. That's what got me to stay in power. That's why I could fight. That's why I can go through things and don't break down mentally. Oh, it gets hard. But like the old folks used to say, what don't kill you will make you stronger. And it's true. What don't kill you will make you stronger. After all I've been through, I never thought about unaliving myself. Never thought about it. I can relate to people who do it. Oh, I can relate. I can understand why. Because you got to be a strong person. You got to be a strong person. You got to have mental. You got to be able to stand on. You got to have something to stand on in your mind. If I didn't know the word, I don't think I probably would have thought about it. But because I know the word, I know I have something to stand and push back on. That's why I think people do that. When they don't have a strong foundation, I just think they don't know that they can fight back. They don't know. I thank God I was able to go through what I went through. I thank God for my upbringing. I thank God for not having certain things and working and struggling. And him making me a hustler, always trying to figure out little ways to make money. I thank God for making me like that. Because in going through what I went through, it built something in me. It built something in me. It made me stronger. And you can't buy that. You got to experience life to get that. That's why people who are up and living today, and you on here looking and you're breathing, there is a reason you're still here. There is a reason I'm here on this live. And it's up to us to discover why we're here. It's up to us to discover why are we here? What is our purpose? No, everybody's not going to understand you. No, people are not going to like you. That's what I had to get over. My concern, I was so concerned, people liking me. I don't care now. I was so concerned, so stuck. Oh, are they going to receive me? Are they going to like me? I realized half of the people don't like themselves. Half of the people don't like themselves. They don't like themselves. And I was here worried because, see, when you are worried and when you don't know who you are, you be overly concerned about other people and what they think of you. You be overly concerned. When you overly concerned like that, that's a problem. That's a problem. You can't be overly concerned with what people are thinking and believing about you, how they're looking at you. Let them look. That's when you know you're a healed individual. When you stop worrying about what people are doing, when you stop worrying about what they're saying, let them say what they're going to say. Let people lie. That's what the enemy wants. He wants you to be focused on. I know I was like that. I was so worried about what they were saying, what people were saying, what they're doing, what they're talking about. No, let me give you something to talk about. Let me give you a whole lot to talk about. I'm going to give you some stuff. I was so concerned because I was so focused on pleasing other people. We get like that when you're not healed and you don't know who you are. Your focus is all about other people. Your focus is not pleasing God. Your focus is not trying to discover why he put you here. It's all about what they're doing, what they're saying, what they're talking about. When that betrayal happened to me, I was so focused on what the person was talking about, what lie they was telling people. Oh, yes, I was. I'm going to tell y'all the truth, shame the devil. I was so worried trying to find out on what was said. Oh, who said this? What? No. And the person knew it too. They knew it. The person knew it. But oh boy, when the Lord delivered me and gave me the strength to let that foolishness go, let people say what they want to say, let people believe what they want to believe. Had to let it go. Because I couldn't get nowhere. Worried about what people doing, what they're talking about, what they're saying. They going around everybody lying, saying this, saying that, and people believing it, looking at me crazy. And I had to get to a point where, like, you got to let people talk. Let them believe. Let them expend their energy. Cultivating and producing and regurgitating lies. Exactly. Yes. And see, what I had to realize, Lord sent me to the book of Proverbs. He sent me to the book of Proverbs. And I had to go get some wisdom out of the book of Proverbs. He tell you, person lying on you, they won't go, they won't go unpunished. When the people are lying on you, oh, you best believe they're gonna get some judgment on them. When they're slandering you, that's why God tell us vengeance is not ours. Because God is not gonna do it. It's built in his law. It's the law, that the word that he said, that's what's gonna do it. And I had to rest in that. I had to rest. A false tongue don't go unpunished. Somewhere in the book of Proverbs. I had to start going to the book to get wisdom. And understand why God tell you to pray for your enemies. Pray for them ones that rise up against you, false witnesses. Because it's built in his law. It's built in his word. When people lie on you, they're not going to go unpunished. It's in the law. And you don't have to that's why he tell you don't speak ill on them. You don't have to speak ill. It's built in the principle. It's built in it. Regardless of who it is. It could be people you love. If they out there lying and telling lies, the punishment is going to be there. And I had to let that go. And it is hard. It's hard. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's easy. It's not easy. I'm not finna sit here and fake the funk and be all phony and fake like it's just easy to do. It's not easy to do. That's why you have to pray, ask God to give you the strength. Every night I was going in prayer. Lord, give me the strength. Help me to let go. Help me to forgive. Help me to let go. Help me not to worry about it. Bless them, Lord. Crying my little eyes out. Crying my heart out. Trying to get this thing out of me. Trying to get it out of me. Trying not to let it take the best of me. Trying not to let it control me. Yes, Miss L. Cole. I don't like things controlling me. I don't like people controlling me. Nothing but foolishness, Jacqueline. And you feel bad because it seems like people don't be getting it. And they're not supposed to get it. That's the thing. We be wanting people to get it. Oh, they should know better. And you sitting there getting mad. I'm getting offended and mad. Like, y'all should know better than that. Like, but you know what it is too? I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell y'all this. I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell it, and I'm going to tell it how it is. I'm going to tell the truth, how the truth is given. Half of the time, people want to believe it because they don't like you in the first place. They want to believe things about you anyways because they don't like you in the first place. You're doing too much. You're doing too good. You got too much going on. So they're waiting for something negative to happen in your life so they can take it and run with it. Let's tell the truth, shame the devil. People be waiting for stuff to happen. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Put the one in the chat. Y'all know people be waiting for stuff to happen. And they take these opportunities and moments and they use it against you. But this is all part of God's plan. He got to show you the hearts of people. And see, we get all mad. We be getting mad and stuff. God be showing you the hearts of people, how they feel towards you, so you won't be disappointed. So you won't be disappointed. But you get disappointed because you think these people before you. You be big mad. You be offended. You be mad because you think these people for you. You think they love you. And we be getting it twisted. These people don't be caring too much about you. Y'all be in conflict. You look and watch how people move. Stop being in denial. We be in denial too much. I know I be in denial. Because I let relationship override behavior. I let people relationship with me. How they kin to me, skin to me, I let that get in the way. I had to stop. No, you watch people, what they do. You watch their action. You watch how they move. I don't care who it is. Watch how they move. If you fall out with the person and they go team up with your enemy, watch them. They don't have your best interests. They will cut you in a minute. Y'all got to stop overriding and overlooking this stuff. Yes, I am Katiba. They won't even ask you because they already believe it. You have to believe how people move. See, we be in denial too much. I'm not going to be in denial. Them people showing you how they feel about you. And you can't get mad at them. Let me tell you, you can't get mad. Don't get mad at them. Forgive them. You got to forgive them. You just know how to deal with them. You just know how to move. And they want to come around like ain't nothing, like nothing ever happened, like they never even believed it about you and want to come around. But no, chosen ones, we don't operate like that. We like to address stuff. I don't care if it been 35,000 years ago. We gonna address the issue. Yeah, we can forgive them for they know not what they do. Sharita, we can forgive them, but we can address it too. We're gonna call that elephant out. We can't be hiding and running from the issue all the time. That's why offense happen. Offense happen because people never address issues. They just sweep things under the rug. You know you have a problem against me. You know you didn't like me. You know I did something to you. If I did something to you, say something. Half of the time, sometimes people offend you and you don't even know. Talk about it. Like I don't like when you said, I don't like when you did that. I didn't like that. I didn't like how y'all just assume. Say something about this stuff. That's what's wrong with families. They go on for years and years, mad, and don't address stuff. And then half of the times you can't talk to your family. You can't talk to them because they're going to get offended. And you know they're going to get offended. But let them get offended. You speak your truth. You speak your truth. Let them get mad. You do it in love. I'm just talking with passion now. You don't talk to them like this because I'm just passionate now. But you sit down and do it in love. If they get mad, let them get mad. You're not responsible for their reaction. You're just responsible for you bringing to their attention what's wrong, what's wrong with, what you were offended about. Yes, Takesha, sometimes they do know. And this is when you got to stop fooling with them. Yes, they do know. You can't always blame the devil. That's the devil using them. No, that's not the devil. They using themselves. Ain't no blaming on no mental health, no mental illness. No, they knew what they was doing. They know exactly what they were doing. We got to stop making excuses for people. I know I'm done. I'm not making excuses for nobody. I'm holding you accountable. You can be held accountable. I hold myself accountable. I'm not perfect. No devil made you do it. You made you do it. Ain't no devil. I gotta take my meds. You don't need no meds. You just need to confront the truth. You need the truth. That's your meds. The truth. The truth will make you free. That's all you need. A dose of truth. People claim quick. Yes. Call them out. Keisha ain't got time to be going with these circles playing these games. And when you find people that's play them games all the time, you need to stop dealing with people who like to play games. You know they playing games, stop dealing with them. That's all. Tell them the truth. Tell them the truth. Now, you play too many games. You know what? I don't have time. I see these little games you playing. This is the time to tell people the truth. You playing these little games, I don't have time for that. I don't have time. You playing this foolishness. Get yourself together now. Give them a chance. You give them a chance, but when they keep doing it, just cut them off. You don't have to. And let's get this stuff. Let's clarify this stuff here. Let's clarify this. Let's come to a consensus right here tonight. Okay? Feel like preaching. Let's come to a consensus. Just because you don't deal with people and you don't want people around, you don't trust them, that don't mean that you hate people. That don't mean that you haven't forgiven them. Let's clarify this here. Just because I don't want to deal with you, don't mean that I hate you. Just because I don't deal with you, don't mean that I don't love the Lord. Don't send me to hell because I don't want to deal with you. Don't condemn me because I don't want to deal with you because you lie, you conniving, you sneaky, you mischievous, you can't be trusted. Come on now. Come on now. And you have people we got to act as if there are people who are like that. How you gonna keep subjecting yourself to a liar? You know they lying. You know they lie through, like they say, you're lying through your teeth. I don't know what that means, but you know they used to say that. I guess they mean it's coming out of your mouth. Yes. You don't have to tolerate that. Exactly. Like, no, I love you. And see, that's the thing people mix up. Just because I don't agree, you can come in here, baby. Just because I don't agree with your foolishness, that don't mean I don't love you. Just because I don't support your foolishness and don't agree with you, that don't mean I don't love you. This world has gotten so sissified, if I can say that. I grew up in the hood. That's a term that just came. That's the only term I had. So sissified where just because I don't agree with what you're doing, now it feel like I'm condemning you because I don't agree with your wrongdoing. I love you, but you wrong. I love you, but you ain't got no business smoking and drinking and popping pills all the time. That's your diet. You don't even eat. You just wake up and smoke. That's wrong. I love you, but you ain't got no business having no wife and no girlfriend. You ain't got no business having no boyfriend and no sugar daddy and the husband. I said it. Yes, I did. I love you. You ain't got no business kissing no girl and you a girl. Kissing a boy and you a boy. I love you. That's wrong. You ain't got no business wearing no heels. I don't care what, you ain't got no business wearing no heels. Take them heels off and go put on you some Air Force Ones. Get your behind down somewhere. But that's love. See, people get love mixed up. Love is when somebody tell you the truth. That's love. Love is not like. Love is not ignoring issues. Love is not just making somebody feel bad because they speaking the truth and you ignoring the truth. Exactly. You a boy, Damon. Damien, sit there. Yeah. I can still love you. Even when you wear your dresses, but I'm going to tell you, you ain't got no business wearing no dresses. I'm going to love on you and everything. You ain't got no business wearing no dress. I don't have to condemn you. It's truth. Truth is not condemning. That's what's wrong with people. I wish my grandmother was here to still tell me some truth. Because I still be needing guidance. Because you say something wrong. You the one condemn. You the devil now. You got to love them with the love of the Lord. Yes, you can love them with the love of the Lord. Tell them the truth with the love of the Lord. You just judging people. You ain't no saint and all. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It ain't got nothing to do with that. You just don't want to hear the truth. I dare you confront me. I dare you call me out. Ain't nobody calling you out because I'm standing in love. People get big mad. But we'll sit there if something happened to the person because of the consequences of their wrongdoing. We want to sit there and think we going to pray them into heaven or think we going to put some wings on them. I'm tired of them darn wings. We're going to put the little angel wings on them. And you know that person was doing something that led him down that road. And now all of a sudden, we just want to ignore the behavior he was doing before it led up to that. That's love when you tell people the truth. Tell people the truth. Because time is short. We're going to leave here one day. And you're going to feel bad because you had an opportunity to tell them people something that could have changed their life. And you let them go down the road of destruction. Now to make yourself feel good, now you want to try to be the one to commit them to heaven. But no, I ain't got no heaven or hell to put them in. I mean, you know, we say this little crazy stuff. No, tell people the right thing to do. Just tell them the right thing. That's all. And I'm talking about the ones close to you. You can't control everybody else. But the ones close to you, the ones who you say you love, you can tell them the truth. Don't ignore what they're doing. And you got to let adults be adults. But don't condone. Don't sit there and laugh. We got these twisted, like, what this thing called? Twisted, I don't say dysfunctional behaviors where we just accept anything. It's just normal to accept anything. And then when you want to speak on it or call it out, you the one thinking you better than everybody. Now you think you better than everybody because you want to address the truth. You want to address the truth now. Now you think you better than everybody. No, I don't think I'm better. I'm better at calling out the truth. I'm better than y'all calling out the truth. I'm not going to ignore the facts. Yes. Exactly. Yes, Patty. Just enabling. I mean, like, And this one you got to have some staying power. I'm telling you, because when you go to talking like this, and when you want to go to speaking truth, you know they're going to hate you. They're going to hate you. They're going to talk about you. They're going to come up against you. They're going to make you seem like you the outcast. They're not going to include you. And you know that. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. They're going to love on everybody but you. They're going to be genuinely happy for everybody but you. But you're the chosen one. You should know that. Chosen one, you should know you're not like everybody else. You were not called to be like everybody else in the family. That's your problem. You want to be like everybody else. You know you ain't like everybody else. You ain't better than nobody, but you gonna speak the truth. They're gonna either love you or hate you for the truth. You even speak your own truth. You ain't perfect. You got your own stuff you got to deal with. Yes, you do. You got your own stuff, chosen ones. But you still bold enough to speak out, although you got your stuff, and you don't been through your stuff, and you're not ashamed of your stuff. You still gonna speak out. And see, people say that's another thing people don't like about the chosen one. Because see, they think they be having stuff on you chosen ones, and you'll sit there and you'll tell them right there in their face. Yeah. Look, you'll sit there and you'll tell them that I sure did. Let me tell you. Look, see, that's what I do. When people try to bring stuff up about me, that'd be a testimony. Let me tell you, when I did that, let me tell you what was the cause of that. The sin that was attached to that. Let me tell you why I ended up right there. Let me tell you why that happened. Let me tell you how I ended up doing that. Oh, I'm going to tell you. Because I know exactly what caused a lot of the stuff that I was dealing with. I was ignorant to the facts of it, but I still know what caused it. When you're going through sin, knowing and unknowing, there are consequences. And you're not going to be perfect. There's a lot of sins in the world. That's why you got to repent daily. A lot of sins, stuff you know and stuff you don't know. But I had a lot of unknown sins. I'm big on telling my own stuff too. I ain't got no shame in my game. Always been that way. Excuse me. You don't just blurt it out to the world. But you know, when people try to bring up stuff, you got to let them know. Let me cut that down. Let me tell you how it went. Let me tell you how what had really happened. Right? What had happened was, let me tell you that. But we sit there, we ignore stuff, sweep stuff under the rug, don't want to address the curses, dealing with stuff, and just perpetual. As soon as you try to leave the little family dysfunction, you try to get on away, there they go fight. They come like the children of the corn. Remember the children of the corn? They come after you like the children of the corn. You trying to get away. You trying to climb up out the dysfunction. You got the whole gang coming for you. Look, you fighting the whole gang. That's why God put y'all chosen ones. He was equipping you all. He was equipping you all. Exactly. Yeah, he was equipping you all. Y'all remember Children of the Corn? Kids go to running out the corn. They came from out of nowhere. Yeah, I used to watch too much crazy TV back then. I don't watch TV now. But back when I was a child, I used to watch all them little crazy shows. That's why I know you got to be careful what you watch. You trying to do right and rise up out of that foolishness. They coming, you know, like, where you going? You come back here. Oh, Lord. Hey, come back here. But yes, y'all got to have staying power. You got to fight chosen ones. You can't give up. You got to keep fighting. Regardless of what comes your way, you got to keep fighting. You didn't go through all that for nothing. Yes, Tabitha. I meant Takesha. You watched all the scary movies, okay? Children of the Corn, Wrong Turn. Remember the little show Alien Nation? I was telling my kids, about all these crazy shows. I said, stop watching all that foolishness. That stuff get in your head, Yeah. That's the Holy Spirit, Victoria. That's the Lord. We all related in some way. That's why God told me to get on here and share. Yeah. Like, we got to keep going, chosen ones. We can't give up. We can't give up. Keep having a big heart. Exactly. Friday the 13th, Kendall, all them child, you alien. Okay. Eyes up forever, alienation girl. Yes. Look, I don't know too many shows now because I don't watch TV like that, but all them little crazy shows, The Wrong Turn, child, gotta stop. Look, all these shows, like, this stuff get in your head, man. And a lot of this stuff going on, people try to tell us something. Okay, Tales from the Crib. I used to watch that kiosk, your little ugly thing. We used to love watching that late night. That used to be the show on HBO. Yeah, little ugly stuff. But look, them movies got us desensitized. Because a lot of that stuff going on in the movies, look how people acting now. Yes, have you having a girl? I had to be delivered. Yes, child. Have you thinking all kind of crazy thoughts? Yeah, get into your mind. Yes, get into your mind. Have you acting all kind of crazy? Oh yeah, I used to watch that Eyes Up Forever with my granny too. Girl, y'all had to be delivered from all that stuff. And that stuff get into your spirit and wonder why you be having nightmares and seeing stuff out the side of your eye, seeing stuff. Yes. They don't be telling us that stuff. You got to guard your eyes and your heart. And when they introduced the TV, that's why the old folks, they were not lying. Some of the people who we thought were cuckoo, who like they didn't watch TV and all these different movies and stuff. Them people knew. Them people was wise before their time. Exactly. You remember the Killer Birds? I stop naming all these movies. The little Killer Birds. Remember the movie The Killer Birds? And then there was this movie called The Stuff. Remember The Stuff? People was eating this ice cream. I think they was showing us what gonna happen. They was showing us, stuff. Look, the people eating the white stuff look like ice cream and it'll choke them out and stuff and they start moving. You remember that movie? Listen, we got let me get off here. Let me get off here. Yeah, The Stuff. I remember the little man, Chocolate Chip Charlie. You remember the little the little man, Chocolate Chip Charlie on The Stuff. He was trying to fight. And then he ended up, losing his life in the little movie. Yeah, like this. And the stuff don't got worse now. Exactly. Yes, the Nightmare on Elm Street. Exactly. I don't know about Kendall. I don't know about that one. I probably saw that one. The werewolf. I probably did see that one. But I used to watch all these little crazy, movies. That's why I know this stuff. I tell you. Listen. And then Chucky, his little ugly self, watching. Oh, Lord. And it was another little movie. Remember, I'm going to say this and I got to go. Look. Remember, It's Alive. I know y'all saw It's Alive. With a little demonic looking baby. Yeah, all this little crazy child. I don't even watch TV like that. I can't even name any shows like that anymore. I used to love watching a little sci-fi channel. Yes. Girl, I'm like, oh my goodness. Exactly. And that stuff is real. Yes, Eyes Up Forever. Yes, Pet Cemetery. Okay, you remember that? That's the one I used to watch that one over and over though. The little baby, what did he say when he got shot with the needle? It was like, what's a little scene in there where he got stuck with the little needle and they had to put him to sleep on Pet Cemetery. Open the door for Skittles, for Boo Boo. Yes, no fair. You remember Takesha? Yes, girl. You remember that. I can't believe it. She's in my room. Yes, you remember. She's in my room. Go on the other side, Justin. Yes, no fair. I remember that. Oh my goodness. Exactly. There he is. I don't watch that stuff now. I don't watch none of it now. I don't need that stuff getting in my spirit. I don't need these movies now. They're on a different level. They are. They really are. Oh, yes, I remember that one too, Jack. Oh, Jacqueline, child, you going way back. Yes, they are very mild compared to now. This stuff blatant. Like, it's just... Back then, it was crazy too. But now, I guess, when you get more spiritually aware, because, you know, if we were spiritually aware then, how some people were, they would have been saying the same thing. They didn't watch those. But by us not being spiritually aware to, like, the spirit world and to know that it's really real and understanding, you know, the demonic, them people wasn't watching that stuff back then. They tried to tell us, but we didn't want to believe them. Because we were on the other side. We were too, you know, caught up. Oh, it's only a movie. No, it's not only a movie. Yes, the movie, was it Cujo? Yep, Cujo. Yeah, I said, this a dog in my community. Big, just like Cujo. And that's the first thing I said that came to mind. I was like, that dog look like Cujo. Yeah, I can't do it now. I cannot watch that stuff. No, nope. Because it's very... Once you understand the spirit realm, you can't get me to... I can't even, because it's too wicked. You can just see it. You know? But now I understand, like you say, it prepped me. I got something to, you know, compare. I don't know what that one is. Rosemary's Baby. I probably saw it, but didn't know the title of it. Because sometimes, you know, you start seeing movies in the middle of it and you just sit down and watch. But, child, I can't do all that stuff. Yeah, them movies. Yeah, I was just looking at the comments. But, yeah, them movies, girl. Listen, y'all. I can't watch that stuff. I don't be want to even playing at my house now. Some of that stuff, I don't be going to open. Don't put that on TV. I don't them spirits loose in here. I had to pray too much and bind too many spirits. And you know what? To be honest, I had a classmate like that. And people don't understand this stuff is real because the enemy is roaming, looking to see who he can devour, to see who head he can get into, to see who house he could dwell into. But I had a classmate, and, you know, his mom had told me that, you know, he used to watch all these movies, what I named all them dark movies, and this boy really went into a dark space. I remember him as being this funny kid. You know, he was kind of nerdy. You know, I had a balance between the thugs and the nerds, you know. I ain't gonna say the thugs, I say the cool kids and the nerds. It was a balance for me. I hung with the nerds and I hung with the cool kids. But he was part of the nerd crew. And, I used to like the nerds. I was a little, a nerd at heart. But, I tried to fit in with the cool kids too. I had a balance. But this boy, seriously, this boy really went into a dark space. He kind of like, it's like something took over him. It's kind of like he's there, but he's not there. Yes. Watching the movies. Yeah, his mom told me that she had to hide all the knives and stuff from out of the house. And she said she kind of knew when something happened, because he just like, it's just like he left his body. Yeah. When I saw him, he was there. I said, "You remember me?" He remembered me. Yep. Yeah, he was watching it. He said, and she told me, she said, yeah, he used to watch all the movies. And, I tried to tell him, about watching all those movies, but he loved watching those movies, and he just slipped. It's like something came and possessed him. Yep. Yeah, he, yeah. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And you could tell something took over him, because he had grew out his hair, grew out his hair on his face. You could tell he was kind of battling something. Because when people like really dealing with depression, they don't really keep themselves, groomed as much. They let their hair grow out, and they're just there, And sometimes you can't tell people that. You can't tell people anything. Oh, it's just a movie. No, when you watch too much and that stuff get in your subconscious mind, when it drops in the subconscious, you can't get it out. It's hard to get it out unless you get delivered. Unless you get delivered from that. Once it dropped back there in that subconscious, that's it. That is it. And that's what the enemy wants. He wants to take over your mind. That's why he'll attack you. That's why you have to find some word to put in you. And we have to teach our children. But we don't want to. We think we could just do it on our own and in our own strength. No, you can't do it in your own strength. You can't do it in your own strength. You need help from the Lord. You need his word. That's what saved me. I know I was battling curses in my family. I know I'm still battling them. I know it. I felt when the dark shadows was trying to, take over me. I felt that stuff in my dreams. No, I did. I know I was dealing with something. Because then, too, I was able to see certain things when I was younger. I saw certain things, and I knew that's spiritual. This spiritual. I got to learn how to combat this. I have to learn how to deal with this. Oh, I know. I knew it. I knew it. Like when you feel like, a lot of you are, when y'all feeling stuck, you feel like you can't get ahead. You feel like you don't did all you can do. You don't got your education. You feel like you did all you could and you should be successful. No, you dealing with the curse. When you can't seem to get ahead, you dealing with the curse. You got to repent. You got to repent for the sins of your ancestors. You have to repent. Hold on, y'all. Y'all right here? Just what are you doing? Yeah, stop all that noise. Yeah. I hear. No, I hear. Yeah, stop. You jumping on your knees and stuff. Or are you bothering the cat? Oh. Are you still recording? Yeah. Oh, yo, I made it back. Trying to see what that noise was. That's my. Come on here. That was my son, and they're playing around. But yes. Yes, y'all. We got to deal with them. We got to fight them. And see, I'm not the type that ignore stuff. I pay attention to stuff. I know I'm fighting some generational curses. I know I'm dealing with them. I don't broke a lot, but I'm still fighting. Still fighting. And it's not easy. Because you don't know what you don't know what your ancestors got in before you. You don't came into this world. You're a baby. You're innocent. You don't know. You just know you struggling. You just know you can't even get ahead. You just know stuff don't never work out for you. You trying to figure out what's going on with you. No, you got to check that bloodline. Check the bloodline. Yes, you got to check the bloodline. I always wonder, I'm like, why I feel like this pull? It feel like I'm trying to get ahead, but it feel like this pull, something always trying to pull me back. And it's almost like I'm fighting going up a hill. That's how I was feeling. I feel like I was walking up a hill, but something was pushing me down. Yes, it was. Felt like something was pushing me down. I had to fight, had to keep fighting, keep pressing, keep going. And you don't know what, and so you think you think you're, you think, you think people be loving you. You think people be loving you how you think they love you, but it be it be your grandmama and them. I'm sorry, it be your mama and them, and your grandmother and them doing stuff to you that you don't know, just because they, I ain't gonna say they know intentionally. Let me tell you. Let me stop right now. Let me change what I'm about to say. But it be your ancestors. They be dealing with stuff. They go, they'll go see the little root lady down the road. They gonna see the little worker. They go see the what they used to call them. And I guess the little root worker. Back in the days, what they used to call them. Y'all, come on now. And they go get somebody fixed. They go fix somebody, right? Because somebody done did something to them or did something to one of their children. They go get them fixed. They go see somebody. But they don't understand when they go see somebody, the curse that they putting on somebody else, that stuff gonna come on their own your children. They opening that stuff up on their bloodline. They grandkids gonna feel it. Great grands. And these people don't know they coming to the world innocent. Don't know why they can't get ahead. Don't know why everybody is sick at a certain age. Gotta check the bloodline. Don't know why everybody's dying young. Check the bloodline. Something's going on back there. And we do this stuff, right? Our ancestors did this stuff, and they don't know the implications. Because the enemy, he'll hide. He gonna give you what you want, but he's not going to tell you everything that is going to happen to you by getting what you want. He gave you that one thing. It's that one thing you really wanted. You wanted somebody's husband, or you wanted somebody to die, or you wanted somebody family to not succeed, their children. But you got to exchange something in your bloodline to get what you want. And see, the enemy ain't going to tell you that. He just going to make it seem all glamorous. Now you got your children back here suffering. Right? Now you got your child back here suffering because of something you did out of selfishness, because something you wanted out of selfishness. Exactly. Yes. And people don't understand. That could be a cause. I'm not saying that's your cause, but that could be a cause. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry to hear that. And you trying to figure out what you did. It's like, what did I do to deserve this? Stop. Move. Skittles. My cat down here moving my... And you trying to figure out, what did I do? Why did my kids, and this not every case. Move. This not every case. But you trying to figure out, what did I do? Why nobody, why nobody in the family, why everybody in the family is struggling? Why everybody in the family poor? Why everybody in the family, struggling? Can't get by. Exactly. Cheryl, that's how it is. And it's probably not even the generation that came, before us. It probably wasn't even our grandparents that did it. It probably was their parents that did it. Because you know the stuff you do is going to visit 4 generations down. Same thing, the blessings and the curses. It can go 4 generations down. Pass on to 4 generations. Exactly. Exactly. Yes. Yes. And he does. But God always send one. He always send one that he'll wake up. He'll always send one. But the enemy, he know. See, that's just like, it's almost like when the Lord send the chosen ones in the bloodline, it's almost like how Jesus came through the bloodline. You know, when Jesus was born, people knew that Jesus, was born. People knew. You had them fortune tellers back then. You had people who knew that there was a star that was born where? Bethlehem or Jerusalem. They knew it was a star there. You had fortune tellers then. They knew. Isn't that something? They knew he was born before. They knew they was able to see that the king was born in that area. Just like they were able to see Jesus when he was born, people in your family was able to see you. They know you was a chosen one. The enemy knew that. The enemy sent them people in your family to try to harm you. That's what they did. They tried to find out where Jesus was. They wanted to go worship him. They didn't want to go worship him. They wanted to go kill him. Or was that Moses too? Was that Moses? Y'all know the stories. Was that Moses? Both of them. Moses and Jesus. Both of them. They knew. That's why them people came for y'all. That's why they tried to make your life, hard. That's why they abused y'all. Oh, wow, Jacqueline. Exactly, honey. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm going to get better at my storytelling, though. I'm going to get better at telling stories. Yes. They know. Just like when they knew Jesus and Moses, who that was. Wanted to send, when Moses came up on the scene, they wanted to kill every male under 2. Every male under 2 just to kill the chosen one. That's what I'm going to call him, the chosen one. Put a decree to kill every male child. That's happening. That's still happening today. That's still happening today. Exactly. Both of them, Kiosha. People know when you're chosen. They know. That's why y'all being mistreated. That's why y'all being ostracized, shut down. But when you find out you chosen, you got to change your focus. You can't put your focus on what people doing to you, how they mistreating you. You got to let go. You got to forgive. You have to understand that's why you went through what you went through as a chosen one, because the enemy wants you to stay focused on what they did. Oh, my mom was supposed to love me. Yes, she was supposed to, but the devil used her. You were a chosen one. The devil used your daddy to abuse you. He did. Because the enemy wants you to stay stuck on that. You don't have to trust him again. But you got to forgive. Because if you don't forgive, you can't fulfill your purpose. We have to overcome. Yes, Takesha, that's the fight, to overcome. We have to keep fighting. I don't be meaning to do these videos so live. God gonna help me with that one day. Being so long on these videos. My baby say, Mama, you still on there? He and now that I look back on my life, and I thought about all, because I didn't go through a whole lot of what a lot of people that I know, some people went through some horrific things. When I share my story is a cakewalk compared to what other people went through. And I know everybody's journey is different, but my story is a cakewalk compared to other people, other chosen one's story. But I believe God can use that for his glory. I went to this conference back in 2021. Y'all probably know this girl. She's on Instagram. Her name is Terica Lynn Smith. She talking about her story. It's public anyway. She talking about her story. I know she's a chosen one. She talking about her story, how her mom sold her at 5. Sold her to a drug dealer. Sold her baby. And I'm sitting here like, I've been through something. I haven't been through nothing. I didn't have nobody to deliberately sell my innocence because I couldn't pay back a drug dealer. This girl mom sold her. Sold her. How could you sell your own child? But this girl, when I tell you, God used her story. God don't make this girl. When I tell you she paid, she gained. She's gaining from what she's been through, her trauma. God has increased her. It says, yes, her mom sold her, but God has increased her and made her a multi-millionaire. Not saying money is everything, but she broke so many generational curses because she brought her family up out of poverty. She brought her family up out of poverty, and she was able to, break curses off of her family. She got streets in her name, streets in her children's name. She owned plenty of property, right? She's married. But this girl mom sold her. When I listen to her story, I'm like, wow, my story is nothing compared to that. Not that I'm comparing traumas, but the beauty is God gave her the heart to forgive. God gave her the heart to forgive her mom, because I think her mom did the same thing to her. Very terrible. Yep. Her mom, she found out her mom did it to her. That's a curse. She broke that curse. And you'll never know she went through that. She don't even look like she been through that. But that's what God will do. He'll take you and you'll go through something and you'll come out not look. It'll be hard for people to believe. It was hard for me to believe that girl's story. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. It's hard for me to believe. But I had to, because that's her story. And I don't think nobody will just sit there and lie and tell, a story like that. Oh, yeah. Yep. That's why you have to forgive. And forgiveness is not letting the person off the hook. It's not letting them off the hook. It's just that so you don't stay there, so you can fulfill your purpose. Now she's helping millions of people get out of poverty, break generational curses. Through her story, through her business, through her, her obedience. And the enemy don't want us to do that. He don't want you to help people. He don't want you to he don't want you to help people. He don't want you to help you sharing your story, giving other people hope. He don't want you to do that. He wants you to stay afraid to tell your story. Yes, Cheryl, she's a chosen one. You know it. I can tell chosen ones. I know chosen one when I see them. Because their life experience was so traumatic. And the enemy knows that the enemy attacked these babies at birth. The enemy attacked these children. You think that the enemy gonna wait till you get grown so you can experience stuff? No, he attack these babies. And if he can attack you in the womb, right? If he could attack you at conception, he's not going to wait. He don't care if you old, newborn. He don't care. He does not care. He don't care. He's attacking some of the chosen ones. They can't even make it here. In the womb, yes. Eyes up forever. Some of these babies don't even make it. He's attacking them before they get here. Got a whole fight to save the chosen ones. They can't even make it. Exactly. Yep. Miscarriages too. Mm-hmm. Yep. Fighting in the womb. Just like that. Just like that. And this thing is deeper than we can see. Deeper than we know. Oh, wow. That's a lot. Eyes up forever. That's a lot of miscarriages. That's a lot. But yeah. I had to come talk to you all. I'm gonna get up, getting ready to go. But you got to stay the course. You got to have staying power, chosen ones. The fight is not easy. You got to do one day at a time. You got to keep fighting. The enemy wants you to give up. He wants the chosen ones to give up. But he got the wrong ones. Because we don't know what that is. We don't know what that is. We're resilient. We are resilient. And I know we are. Exactly. We are resilient. We fighters. And the Lord knew that. That's why he knew to, give us the hardest fights. The chosen ones have the hardest fights. Yes, we do. We have the hardest fights. We have the hardest fights. The hardest. But you got to keep fighting. You can't give up. You got to have some staying power. You can't give up. You can't give up. Regardless, there were times I wanted to give up. I wanted to quit. But I can't quit. Can't quit. Even when you want to quit, chosen ones. Some of y'all don't try to throw in the towel. I'm going to tell y'all this and I got to go. Some of y'all tried to throw in the towel. And God took that towel like that little meme say. Some of y'all threw in the towel and God took the towel and threw it back. You getting back in the ring. Some of y'all tried to tap out. No, you ain't gonna tap out. You gotta stay in that ring. You gotta fight. Some of y'all tried to tap out, couldn't tap out. Tried to throw in the towel. I sure tried to throw in the towel. I tried to throw in the towel plenty of times. Exactly, Takesha. I ain't hitting no bell. Listen, girl, I tried to throw. Listen. Sometimes when I throw in the towel, I go get it. I go get it myself. He don't have to throw it back. I'm like, you know what? I can't give up. Look, through the towel, you sitting over there looking at the towel. She's like, go over there and get it. You looking at the towel, like, I need to go get the towel. I gotta get back in the fight. But good night, you all. Chosen ones. It was nice talking to you all. Listen, I didn't mean to come over here so late. I was trying to get on here at 9, but I had to run to the store. And I ran to the store and I saw someone I knew. I started talking to her. So I wanted to come a little earlier. But I had I baked a sweet potato. I baked a sweet potato. And I had cooked some chicken breasts. Put some chicken breasts in there. Some onion. Avocado. A little salt, pepper, a little butter. A little salt and pepper. And yeah. It was sweet potato, some chicken breast, sauteed chicken breast, a little salt and pepper, a little butter, avocado, and some onion. It was so good, too. It was so good. But good night, you all. Be blessed. I'll try to come back tomorrow, probably after I work out. But I'll try to come back and talk to you all. But, I just be coming back random. I be trying to set a time. Okay, Takesha, girl, I be trying. Trying new recipes. I got that recipe from offline from somewhere. I don't know who that was I got that recipe from. But it was like 2 years ago. I just remembered it and never forgot it. It was real good, too. But I'll try to come back tomorrow. I was supposed to be, chosen ones, listen, I'm supposed to be setting a time. It's like a motivational Mondays. It's called Meet Mondays. That's an acronym that I have for something. I'll let you all know later. But I'm supposed to be starting Meet Mondays, but I'm trying to see the best time to come on and do it. Because, I just be random, and I'm just trying to find the right time. I just be trying to find the right time, because when I get the time to come, I have to be consistent, right? Yeah, so I try to be consistent, but it's going to be Meet Mondays. That's the name of it. It's going to be Meet Mondays, and I'll give y'all the acronym later. But the acronym is MEAT, okay? We got to eat some meat over here on the responsibility channel. We tired of the vegetables and the little side dishes. We're going to have some meat. Meet Mondays. I just need to find the right time to come on and be consistent. So y'all, let me know. I'm a morning person, so I'm thinking about doing it in the morning.